Well, welcome back to the channel. So as promised, I'm going to do a review, kind of a go-through on the Temu survival pack that I got. Let you know that, and then hopefully towards the end of January, when I get back up into Alaska during the winter months, I'll take it out and test some of the stuff. So stay tuned for that. We'll see what my initial thoughts on the pack are good, and if they hold up on the actual test at the end of January. Alright, so here is my two Temu survival pouches. They sell for about $35 on Temu. But what I did was, when you go into Temu, you get to play the little Wheel of Fortune and some of the other things, and I got 4 items for free. So what I did was, one of the free items I did the survival pouch, and the other one I paid for. So basically I got 2 for the price of 1, so $17 for this item total. And so we're going to go through it. Now I did open this once already. The other one has been unopened, but I've opened this one once already. And there's a small flashlight in it. I did put a battery in it. I have not checked it yet, but I did put a battery in it. It takes a AA battery. The pouch itself, I like this pouch. Is it the best quality? No, but you know, it's a good heavy pouch. It'd be good to go in the back of a car, or maybe in the back of your snow machine, something like that, because you can hold stuff in there and it'll come in handy. You got your mollies on the front where you can hook stuff to the outside. So bottom line, I think that is going to be a plus right there for the pouch. So let's open it up and see what we got. We've got 2 compartments. This first thing is a first aid kit. A little thing looks like surgical tape. A little bandage. Some safety pins, which always come in handy. Another bandage. Some cheap tweezers. Those things can probably not worth anything. Looks like you got some alcohol preps, a whole bunch of them. Regular band-aids. Some cheap scissors. But hey, in a bench they might work. Non-woven pad. So that looks like a 2x2 gauze pad. And then some more bandages up here. Let's see what kind of these are. Holy smokes. It's a lot of band-aids. I guess you can never have too many band-aids. So these are knuckle bandages. There's a bigger knuckle bandage, and then regular band-aids in there. So it's always good to have a good bunch of band-aids, because when you're out in the woods or in a situation, oh, and there's a small rubber tourniquet. You cut yourself, whether it's getting some kindling, some fat wood for a fire or whatnot, you know, you get those little cuts. It's nice to cover them up and keep them covered. You could add a few things to this pouch to meet your needs. I might even put a small Ziploc baggie of Tylenol in there and whatnot for some pain reliever. We've got a camping lamp. Let's open this up. So this is kind of cool. It doesn't have a battery, and I didn't open this one. So this is the kind you pull up. Let's see what it takes for batteries. Looks like it's going to take 3 AA batteries. Maybe I'll try that out before we're done here. We have a waterproof pouch for your cell phone with a lanyard on it, so you can put your cell phone in there. Keep it dry. It's always nice to have something like that. You got one of these things for carrying a water bottle or something on your belt. I'm not a big fan of them, but hey, if you got a water bottle and you need hands free to go down to collect water for drinking, whatnot, it's always, I guess it would come in handy. Q-tips, a bunch of them. And these would come in good for using the cotton for starting a fire. Maybe cleaning out some stuff on a small cut. That's a lot of cotton Q-tips. You got a survival bracelet. It's got a little button compass on there. Based on my knowledge of the directions here, it looks like it's fairly accurate. I wouldn't rely 100% on it, but at least it's going to give you a good cardinal direction. Looks like it's got a tiny ferro rod on it with a striker. That would definitely be hard to use, but there it goes. It's sparking. So, and then a whistle. So that works pretty good. Spoon, a spork. It's got a knife on it. It's okay for sharpness. A little can opener or bottle opener. A rigid area there. This is also a whistle. So, give you a means of signaling between those two items. Here's the little flashlight that I talked about that was in there. Takes a AA battery. It's fairly bright. It does change into a pinpoint and back out. That's a nice little flashlight. Come in handy. I would definitely put some extra batteries in this kit. Wrap them up in some waterproof container. Looks like some fire starter. Like 2 packs of them. I don't know if they are coated in anything. No, it looks like they're just dry. Yeah, they just feel dry. So it'd be good for trying to get a coal going to start a fire. Here's another compass. If I can find where the opener is. There it is. Well, I don't know about this compass. There it goes. It's finally working. Yeah, just like I showed you on the button compass, north is pretty much that direction, so I wouldn't rely too much on that stuff. Looks like a little piece of string for a lanyard. There's a knife in here with a clip. Oh, that's nice and sharp. I don't know how long it would hold an edge, but it's nice and sharp. It's locking. Well, it's not locking, so be careful with this if you get it. So, but at least it's a cutting tool. Looks like chem lights or glow sticks, whatever you want to call them. It feels like there's 2 in there. So at least that's something you could do on a above your campsite at night so you don't get lost. Here's one of these wire saws. I don't hold much faith in these things. A lot of them are pretty cheaply built, but you could cut little sticks about like this with them. I would maybe run a stick through this so you got something to grab, like a toggle with it, or maybe even some 550 cord tied in so you got some better loops to hold it. But it'll work for small stuff, like if you're cutting little steaks or whatnot. I don't know what this is. Let's open it. It looks like just a whistle. We'll see. Yep. Well, I guess if you want to sound like a train, that would work. So there's that. Couple of clips. These are kind of chintzy. I mean, that one there you can see is kind of, I guess you could run some sort of strap through there and use it to anchor something off to. Not very strong, but maybe if you had to hang a little thing on a tree or something, put a piece of webbing through, or maybe this string through this belt portion and hang something. There is some real cheap wannabe 550 cord. I think it'll work for hanging up a tarp for your hooch, but that's it. There's not even hardly any intertwine in that thing, if you can see that. Oh, there's a little bit larger ferrule rod. With a striker. So, yep. Nice little ferrule rod with striker. I like that. You just need to practice with these things. It's got a rubber coating on it, so you got to take the rubber. You can see that it's got a rubber there. So you're going to have to pull that off before you use it. It just slides off. It's kind of protecting it. So just remember that. A couple of different size fish hooks, swivels, some things. Maybe for a perch or maybe a small bass or something down in the south. Up there in Alaska, I don't know if the fishing line is going to be strong enough unless it was just for a little tiny fish. But hey, it's always good to have something like that. You never know where you're going to need it. Some sort of multi-tool. Little hammer. I guess I could drive a tent stake in. Kind of a cute little hatchet. Not much good for chopping big wood, but again, if you're doing little sticks for maybe a trap or something like that. Well, it does have a cutter there, so at least you can cut. And then it's got various things inside, so you got a little pocket knife. Looks like a Phillips screwdriver, a little pocket saw with a hook remover out of a fish, some sort of multi-tool thing for maybe small nuts, and then another bottle opener, and then a file with a descaler, because that's not sharp at all. Not bad. It's always nice to have a little tool like that. So when it comes with a little case, it's not a real heavily made case, but hey, in a pinch it'll work. Let's see what's in this thing. You gotta be kidding me. Those of you who are in the military know what an entrenching tool is. This is basically a little mini shovel. It's got a bottle opener on it, a little bit of serration there. You can scale a fish with that if you have to. It's got the little pick side on it. You basically twist it down, lock it into place. I guess you could use this for maybe digging a small fire pit or a cat hole. If you don't know what a cat hole is, that's the spot where you go to the bathroom and then bury it up. You could probably put some stuff in there, maybe a package of waterproof matches. Screw down so that, oh, it's got a button compass on it. I didn't even know that. But again, this one here is not working at all. This button compass isn't working at all because north is that way. So comes with its own little case. I guess their version of camouflage. What is this? Oh, this is one of those pocket things. I guess it tells you what's all in it if you want to read that. Freeze the video and you can see it. But it's got a can opener, a knife edge, which is right there. I guess you could cut some string with it. Screwdriver, which I don't see. Oh, right there. Ruler. Well, I see lines. It doesn't tell you what they are. It's probably in centimeters. Cap opener. Various things. So there's that. Something you can put in your pocket if you want. On this side, we've got an adult one-size-fits-all poncho. This is pretty thin. I can see it. I don't even need to take it out. You can see that it's pretty thin. So I think in cold weather it's going to get pretty brittle, but not having anything, it's better than nothing. And you can at least throw it over your head and at least have something to help shed some water. But I don't think that's worth even spending the money on there because it's so thin. Looks like we've got a Mylar emergency shelter. I don't want to open this yet because I don't know how thick it is. And if I'm going to end up using this in January to see what it, to get a good positive review on it. I don't want it damaged at all between now and then. So there's that. If nothing else, you could put your body in it without making it a tent and help reflect some heat. But we'll see how that one works out. It looks like a small locking carabiner. Obviously not for climbing, and in fact it even says it right there, not for climbing. Yep, you can do that. This would come in handy for maybe cinching your rope down, this string down for tightening a hooch or something. What else we got in here? Triangular bandage. Now these are always nice. This one's white. These are always nice because you can do all kinds of things. Take the sediment out of water when you're trying to filter water, whatnot. Things like that. Anything else in here? Oh yeah. Emergency rescue blanket. So there's your survival blanket. Maybe that in conjunction with the tent shelter will at least give you enough to keep you warm and dry. So there's that. And I think that's about it in this pouch. We've got some nice little pockets in here, so I'll go through and organize it a little bit better. Let me pause this. I'm going to get some batteries for that light right there. And then we'll see how that works. And that should give you a good review. So it's got the 3-pack that goes in there. And it's got a little slot here, so when you put it in, it goes with that slot. That way it lines up with the keepers on the bottom. There's 2 slots. There we go. Keeps coming on. Don't know why. We'll see. Okay. So these are designed, you can hang them. I got nothing. Oh, you gotta push it on. Well, not too bad for a lantern. And if you push it down, you've got the flashlight portion of it. One thing I don't like about this is this button is pretty sensitive. So in here, I'd probably want to put something around it to keep it maybe back in the box and just store it in the box with the batteries, so it's not coming out. Well, there you have it. So is it worth it? Well, seeing that I only paid $17 for it because I bought one, got one free, I think there's a few items in here that would be okay to have, especially if you're just putting it in your car. I mean, I like having a little flashlight available. I like having a ferro rod. I mean, some of these things you can buy at Walmart for pretty cheap and you can build your own, but like I said, this comes with the little pouch that makes it easy to store stuff in. So I think out of all this stuff here, I think I got my $17 worth. Is it worth $34 or $35 what they sell it for? I don't think so, but I think the $17 definitely. So if you can get on there and do your little Wheel of Fortune thing in the Temu site, I think it would be worth it if you can buy one get one free. So there you have it. Hope you'd enjoyed this review of the Temu Survival. I again will be trying some of this stuff out come into January in Alaska. I expect there to be several feet of snow, so it's going to be a challenge. Who knows, maybe someone in your life needs a Temu gift for Christmas. It's not too late to order it. But put it in your car. But by all means, practice with this stuff so you know how to use it, especially the ferro rods and how to start a fire. That said, God bless. See you on the next video.